I'm gonna come back here and try to show you guys if I can find any morels and how I do it, how I go through the process. Some people say for them it's really hard to find them. I was like that the past couple years. For whatever reason this year, it's just like clicked. And I've been able to find them just about everywhere I go with the right conditions. I'm gonna show y'all how I choose my places, sort of what trees I choose. It could be any tree, by the way. You just never know, but you can kind of narrow it down. What type of soil, terrain, temperature, weather conditions, bunch of things I've been using to find these. And then I'm gonna show y'all how I actually see the morels and how I go about finding them. So I'm hoping we have some good ones growing. I will say though, I like the likes of this right here. All right, so a lot of times what people do is they'll get to a specific tree they're wanting to look around. They'll get there, they'll look around a few trees that they think there might be morels. They'll look around a few more after they haven't found any, and they'll be like, oh, I can't ever find morels. The reality is though, is probably you looked in the right spot, but they just weren't there, or you came like a week or two early, or you know, something. And I'm saying this because I've done that myself. But just like anything, once you get some practice at doing something, you start realizing a thing or two, and you keep doing that, and you keep doing that, and keep doing that, and you kind of sharpen and hone your skills. No, I'm not finding mushrooms every time I'm going out, but when I go out, I feel way more confident than I did before because I've actually found some. So if you go to a tree where you're like, well, I know somebody said morels grow around this tree. Trees have roots, and they'll grow way out. Pretend you're looking at a tree and you see roots going way out, and look at where the roots are going to be going way out at. Most of the time, that's where you find morels. And when you're looking for them, people say, well, you got to look closer, you'll miss them. This is true. You first got to identify your first morel. You look around and make tiny circles, and you might start seeing like 2, 3, 4 more, and then you keep going and you keep going. And when you think you don't see any more in that area, walk to those, and you'll be surprised if you find a good tree how many more morels you see as you're walking to those. If you've been looking for like, I don't know, 5 minutes, and you're walking around the tree and you were just telling yourself there are no morels here, I have looked everywhere, it's driving me nuts, move on. Go to another tree and go look around another one. If you do that 4 more times and still don't find any, go to another tree. Just keep going, and eventually you should find some. Don't give up. I think yesterday I went out off camera, was looking for morels, and I checked like 8 trees in one area, and I think I only found 1 or 2 trees that have morels. So I mean, it just goes to show you, not every tree is gonna have morels. And I think if you prepare yourself for that mindset, it might help you better. Another thing I like doing is when I find a tree, like this one's pretty big. Not the biggest, but it's definitely not small. And when I look around for a little bit and I don't see any, and I'm like convinced there's gotta be some here, I'll just crouch down and start looking around. And you'll be amazed when you do that. Sometimes they just pop up like that. They don't necessarily just pop up like out of the ground like magically. It's just like they pop up in your eye. Another thing I like to do is when I get done crouching down and I still don't see any, walk around again. But I mean, usually for me, since this year I found a lot, it's usually when I'll like walk right up on the tree. Sometimes it takes me a second, but I mean, most of the time I walk up right to the tree and boom, I see one. Checking another tree, I don't see any over here, so I'm gonna move on. And I'm gonna check some trees until I find some for y'all, and then I'm gonna turn the camera back on. So I'll see y'all when I find some. I gotta be careful. They're everywhere. This is crazy. I've had dreams about this. Oh, there's a freaking big one right there. Yeah, there's a good one right here.
There's like a village of them.
Yeah, they're everywhere. There's 2 little ones.
There's a little one right there. There's a few ones. Oh, there's another good one.
Man, there's little ones
Everywhere. I like that one. I've never either. That's a good one. That is nuts. These are monstrous. That is crazy. There's another one. It's kind of, I like it. Here's one. Wow. Oh my goodness. That's crazy. What about these two right here?
Yes. Well, let's get them. Let's leave the little bitty knucklehead ones.
Hold that.
They're mushrooms. They're gonna go bad, right?
Yeah. What do you think? That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
I almost did the same thing where I was like, we've never really found them.
I know, it only takes one time.
And I was like, nah, I'll just go because you never know.
I've never killed an elk, but eventually I hope to.
There's several right here. I just lost them. Oh, there it is. What about this one? It's kind of soft. Nah, that's the bad one.
Nice to
I'll throw that down and let it get some spores out.
There's one, two.
This is crazy.
There's one. And there's two right there.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I can really walk by that 40 times. There's two nubbin heads.
Oh yeah.
There's one right beside it. We done walked through here 40 times.
There's a couple over there.
Oh, that's nasty.
Oh, there's some hiding under there. There's one right there. There's two of them. I'll get both of them. Yeah, that one's looking a little questionable. Both of them are. Alright, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm actually editing this video a few months later. It's not spring anymore, it's summer. But there's a few things that I saw in the video as I was editing and looking over things. I didn't clarify on a lot of things, like the trees that I find them around. I don't think I said any of that. I may be wrong, but I may have said something like you can find them just about under any tree. You gotta look everywhere. I think elm, ash, cherry oak, cedar and poplar and elm and ash are a lot of them that I've heard about. There's certain factors like rain, temperature is the main factor, and shady areas that are soil rich, good soil, you know. I mean, those are just factors. You can find them anywhere. Just I encourage y'all, if you're trying to learn, you can rewatch my video, but also go to other videos and see what those people are doing. Just like, you know, the deer hunting and stuff that I do on the channel, there's other people that do it differently than I do and are like really successful as well. I encourage y'all to watch them too, to learn a little bit from them, because everything I have learned has been watching several different people and kind of combining them all together. So if y'all have any more questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll help the best I can. As far as the morels turned out though, it was actually a really awesome season. I got a recipe. I love cooking all the time with the morels that we got. We ended up freezing them and freeze drying them and all that. Bacon morel pasta. I might have to make a video and show you guys how I make it. Don't tell your doctor, he'll flip. Ain't the healthiest, but it's good enough. But anyways, it's awesome. I think it's pasta, bacon, morels, heavy cream, I think truffle seasoning. I think I add a little bit of that in there, and then other seasonings too. But overall, it's really good. I'm gonna throw a few clips from that in the video. We were extremely blessed to get all those. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please feel free to leave any questions in the comments that you may have. I will answer them to the best of my ability. So I hope by the time this video comes out, you guys go out and have some success as well. And good luck to all y'all.